Hey, tburrier from tburrier.com. Do you ever wonder, should you follow up with this person right now? You ever have that feeling, if I follow up, how will they feel? Will they think I'm pressuring them? Will they, would they think I'm really pushing them? Or should I call them? I called them yesterday, right? Do you ever struggle with the mentality of when to follow up? You probably do. I know that just this week I had 3 or 4 different people express, I don't know about when I should follow up or how often or what. Okay, so I'm going to give you some insight here. And this is just a little nugget from my blueprint process training, which I've gotten incredible feedback from. So grateful that people are finding massive value in it. I think it is the best value in the industry, but that's just my opinion, although it's been reinforced. But so I'm giving you a few nuggets here, but it's very deep in that training, very, very deep in the follow-up, the hows and whys and what it means and how it reflects on you and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to give you more about frequency and a little bit of mindset today. You see, you hear the saying, the fortune is in the follow-up. It's so, so true. And I'm a great example of this because follow-up was my advantage. And what I mean by that is, as a natural introvert, now obviously it's hard to tell, right, that I'm an introvert now because my skills have developed and I put so much into personal development. But when I first started in the first several years, making the contact was hard. I forced myself to do it because otherwise I wasn't going to eat. And so I did it and got very skilled at it. But why do I make the contact? So that I can be in the conversation, right? I wasn't seeking a conversion. I wasn't seeking, I'm going to talk to this person so I can sign them up. No, I'm getting into the conversation, right? The purpose here is to help someone, right? What you're providing, whether it's your products and service or your opportunity, it's all about helping someone else accomplish something, whatever that is. It's meeting their need and what their desire is. That's what it's all about. You do real well if you help enough people, right? That's the nature of it. And so for me, the advantage was the follow-up because once I've got through making the contact and getting information in their hands or having a conversation where they were now looking at it, that was like, okay, the door is open. The bridge has been built and now we can talk. And so follow-up is where I built my business because I would follow up diligently and nicely, right? So it's really important how you follow up. Your behavior is huge in this, right? So if you're following up and you're maintaining what I teach, where it is being nice and honest and respectful, but being diligent and never pressuring. Now remember, asking a question is not pressuring. Asking someone to place an order is not pressuring. Asking someone if they're ready to join is not pressuring, right? That's not pressuring. It's only pressuring if they say, I'm not ready yet, or no, and you keep pushing. And I'm not saying that you don't continue the conversation. You do, right? You ask questions about where they are so you know how to serve them best. But you never force or pressure someone, right? You just don't do that. That's how you blow it up. That's how you blow it up in a negative way. So you're in the conversation. So I was always in the conversation. Once someone said, yeah, I'll check it out. And once they were there, now we can really talk. And so I loved the follow-up process, always have, because that's true conversation. That's when I can hear their heart, they can hear my heart. We're in it at that point, and I'm really just helping them. Think about that now. You're like alongside of them in the follow-up. Here we are. This is what you'd like to accomplish. We're here together. Let's talk about how that might happen, right? That's essentially what you're doing. And then they're the ones that have to decide anyway, right? It's not your decision. It's their decision. You're the one that's going to support them and help them, and you can't really help them unless you sponsor them, right? Or they become a customer. That's when you really can make a difference in their life. But they have to want it, right? You can't do it for them. So the number one thing about follow-up, this will make it easier for you. You follow up until someone says yes or not yet. You follow up until that decision point, till they clearly say, yeah, let's go. Yeah, I want to. Yes, I want to use it. I want to try it, or I want to get started. Yes, or I just don't think I'm right. It's just not the right time for me, or whatever that is. That's the not yet. And behaving great in that process and letting that be okay allows you to come back to them, which is a different kind of follow-up in the future. But it makes your list continuously get bigger because people never are afraid of you, and it's easy to go back and do business at a later date with that person. So frequency. How much should you follow up? So I've already given you a clue, right? Until there's a yes or a not yet, right? So But let me give you some more insight. A lot depends, the first follow-up depends on what the mechanism is that they are getting information through. So way back, right, in my early days, I would literally send videos in the mail. So I would have to wait, if I wasn't meeting them, I'd have to wait for them to get a video, which take a few days at least, depending on where they were, and then they'd have to watch it. So I would then follow up. So I would say, in the conversation, well, I'm going to send this today. You'll probably get it whatever 2 days away from that was, or 3. Will you look at it that day? Yes, I will. Okay, then I will get in touch with you that day. So it would be 3 days typically before that first follow-up. And then that was just the way it was back then. Now it's way different, right? Today you can go, boom, click a button and send them something, right? You can send them a presentation, send them information at the blink of an eye, right? Even if you do a meeting first with someone and then you give them follow-up information, it's instantaneous. And so you would follow up the same day or the next day. That's the way you would function. But the point is you tell them when you're going to follow up. And when they're like, yeah, that's good, you make sure you do it. Because you have to keep your end, right? You have to demonstrate professionalism. That's part of your credibility, doing what you say you're going to do. You can't be responsible for what they do, but you can be responsible for what you do. So the next day, if I was on a conversation with you today, whether it was through a direct message or a verbal conversation, and I said, I'm going to shoot you out the video now. If I'm using a video, can you look at it today? Yes. Then let's talk later today. Okay, boom. So later today, I'm going to call, right? That's just the way you do it. And if they don't respond, you don't call them again that day. You call them the next day and say, hey, I'm just getting back to you. We didn't connect yesterday, right? Blah, blah, blah. If they don't respond again, wait 2 days, right? Give them a little cooling off. Not to mention you're busy. You got lots of other people to be talking to, right? You're looking for the people that are like, yeah, I love that. Let's go. Let's talk more, right? And then I would go 3 days for the next, 1 week, 2 weeks. Then I'd let them sit for a little bit, right? So each follow-up, I'm going to get a little bit farther in sequence. Now, I'm not talking about language or anything today. I'm just giving you an idea of sequencing, so you have some understanding about how to sequence it. But the underlying thing here is you have to follow up, and you have to follow up diligently, and you have to be professional about it, and you just maintain your position of being nice and honest and respectful, and you've got something great that can help them, and you're just doing the work you're supposed to be doing. I'll tell you that in that process, these people are going to be thinking, wow, this is the kind of person I could trust because they're doing what they said they would do. Even you might be thinking, oh, they're going to feel pressure, right? But they're actually most of the time thinking, wow, he's really diligent. He's really doing what he said he would do. That's the kind of person you would want to do business with, isn't it? And that's exactly how the kind of person you want to represent. So that's a little bit of a map for you. Again, if you haven't gotten the blueprint process training, that will really help you. I mean, it will blow your mind what you learn about follow-up in that training. So anyway, I appreciate you being here. Feel free to share this message with people. If you have not signed up for my blog, so you get 3 to 5 blogs a week, depending on the week. And feel free to put a comment in or a question, and I'm happy to address that. Okay, hey, thanks for being here. Have a great rest of your day.